Hi, I'm Sarah. We have already set our intentions and our prayers for this session, so enjoy and learn.
Do dimensions have a base frequency? Gaia has a base frequency. So when Gaia's frequency is raised to a point where her base frequency can slip into another dimension, is that when the entire local dimension slips into the next higher dimension?
That's one way of looking at it, yeah. Yes. So different dimensions have different base frequencies, as you call it. And so, yes.
Is our base frequency the same as Gaia's?
Many individuals have base frequencies, as you call them, that match Gaia's or are above Gaia's. Hence, being in the fourth or fifth dimension, which is still a part of your reality,
Right.
because reality is co-created. But that is one way that the whole earth can move. When the frequency matches another dimension, Gaia can move, and the people who are of the same or higher frequencies can move with her. What happens to the other people?
They just stay here
Yeah.
in the old frequency.
That's pretty much the way it is. That's how certain religions call it. There will be a new earth.
The rapture.
Well, that's what it will appear to be on those who are left behind. It was a new earth, and it took those who were of the proper frequencies, and they lifted and raised up and moved on and left the rest behind.
This is a question you probably figured out I would ask. What are Sarah's and mine base frequencies compared to Gaia's?
Oh,
Lower, the same, or higher? We can take anything you give
well,
us.
as you know, frequencies can fluctuate.
Yes.
So you're basically in the same realm of frequencies. Yours and hers and Gaia's can fluctuate, and sometimes you match, sometimes you're above, sometimes below. Frequencies don't solidify.
Yes, I'm aware.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that change frequencies, even in our technical world.
Oh, yeah.
How do you describe remote viewing?
Using the inner senses, more so, allowing those inner senses to, well, to sense what the viewer desires to see. Does that answer?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
What crystals have the most energy? Which are the most energy dense? I know that's a big question.
It is. We're basically clear, perfectly clear. Oh dear, what are they called?
Diamonds?
Yeah, but they're not, well, yeah, diamonds, if they're perfectly clear, even before they are,
Cut.
okay, yeah, transformed in that way. But that helps to open up their own frequency. Put it that way. It's one reason they're so valuable, because people want that frequency. They want to feel it. But other crystalline rocks, shall we say, if their clarity is enhanced by cutting, or they're just there, they already have that clarity, that makes them more powerful as well. Maybe not as powerful as a diamond, but yeah.
So rubies and emeralds, they actually are the same, just different impurities in them.
Right. They're not clear.
Okay.
They're not perfectly clear. You might be able to see through them a little bit because of the way they're cut, but they have those impurities, or they wouldn't be the gem that they are.
Okay. Thank you.
Along the same lines, geodes, because they have those multiples and multiples of different small, almost tiny crystals, but they're all in one spot, they are they're imbued with a variety of frequencies, and so many frequencies that can just help clear the air around you, help a person, assist an individual or a group of individuals with their own frequencies to lift them up. Not like, wow, a lot, but enough so that the energy in a room, say, is higher and more open, and helps to clear the air, to clear people's, say, thoughts, emotions. They can assist with meditation. That's not usually what people think of when they see these geodes, but they know that they are so beautiful that individuals can't help but feel better, feel that life is good. They're not aware that they're even feeling that. They just know that they do. I mean, it's there. And there are people who are pulled toward geodes. And the bigger the geode, I know, the more expensive it is. But if you are fortunate enough to have, good sized geodes, they make a difference. Okay, I'm done with that.
Okay. If a portal was too small to accept an entire object, will any of the object go through?
In
other words, if I'm walking towards a small portal and I walk through the portal, but it's too small to take my whole body, will the center of my body just vanish?
Well, if you're trying to go through a portal that's too small for you, you won't be able to do it.
Okay, that was the answer.
No. You could even try to stick your hand through, but there would be resistance.
Okay. If a person senses a portal is nearby and goes through, what goes through? Only the spirit, only their physical body, or both?
Well, if their physical body goes through, then their spirit goes with it, yes. The essence of who they are.
Okay.
Sometimes, with certain portals, someone or something going through, the frequencies need to match. That doesn't follow with every portal, but sometimes they need to match or they can't. Say a person could not go through if their frequencies didn't match the frequencies of the portal. That doesn't mean that they can't see through it and see what's on the other side or inside it, or
Right.
however you want to describe it. But they may not be able to go through if their frequencies don't match,
Okay.
aren't compatible.
On other 3D worlds, do beings exist that have the same abilities as Sarah?
In a way, it's different. It depends on the species of being. They might handle it differently. But basically, it's the same thing. If there is a physical being with a spiritual inclination, there will be a way for there to be communication.
Okay. I've recently read that one of the reasons that the Earth is overpopulated is that quite a few of the souls that are here, in a way, are addicted to the 3D density of the planet. This also leads to a bottleneck of souls that want to return again and again after a physical death. Do you have any comment on those statements?
They're true. That's my comment.
Okay. Back in session 5, Thane mentioned that there had been about a dozen civilizations that developed on Earth and then died out. Can you give us some of their names or centers of locations, or maybe the time frame in which they survived?
That's not really necessary. You already know the answer to that.
I don't know a dozen of them, though.
Well, when you asked the question or you stated that it was more of a possibility there could be about a dozen. There might be more,
Mm-hmm.
but it's up to your, not us, but to others.
Okay.
To,
I understand.
to delineate. I mean, it's happened if you learn from other persons or channelers or beings about different civilizations on Earth. The point is that in your linear time, your experts are beginning to realize that there have been many greater than your own civilizations that have risen and fallen. Atlantis is one of them, as you know. That's the most popular one right now. But there have been others.
Have there been any global civilizations the size of the one we have today that have failed in the past?
Atlantis,
It was global.
yes.
Okay.
Everybody thinks of it as just being in one spot, but they did spread out around the globe.
Okay.
And there were others. When I mentioned there were some that were billions of years old. Well, a couple billion. that rose and fell.
Okay. Those we'll probably never know about from geological results.
There's been some, shall we say, artifacts, as a general term, that are intriguing to archaeologists and
Yes.
others.
I remember some of those.
Yeah, but there's no definitive description of who or what or how large or anything. But yeah,
Back in session 5, Thane mentioned that there are several groups of non-humans living and working alongside humans.
Mhm.
Can you give any more details?
nope,
Why?
because that is part of the gradual disclosures that your world governments will begin soon
Why are they working together?
to mention. Why not? Some of them are working to put specific and particular beings in positions of power. Others are working to assist humans into broadening their knowledge and raising frequencies. So just like anybody else, there are just like you humans have people who work for the good, others who work for the questionable, and all the layers in between. And there are beings, not that many, relatively speaking, on the planet, but they also, some of them have their own agendas, and most of them have their own agendas, whether it's being helpful or harmful.
Why would some want to put particular people in power?
It's their own agendas for their own ultimate hopeful power for themselves. Just like humans do.
Yeah.